Video on. Good morning, sir. Okay.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Sir, can we start this session?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon to all. It's my pleasure to welcome our Dean, Saguna ma'am, Dr. Saguna ma'am, and the head of the department, Dr. Judith Justin ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. I welcome our chief guest, Dr. Gnanavel, Professor Biotechnology and Biochemical Engineering, JCT College of Engineering and Technology. Welcome, sir. I welcome our biomedical staff members and our the department students. I welcome all the students to this session. Welcome you all. I hand over the session to Sherin. A very good morning to one and all present here. It's my immense pleasure to introduce the chief guest of the day, Dr. G. Nanavil, Professor, Biotechnology and Biochemical Engineering, JCT College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. He has an excellent teaching experience of 14 years along with 1 year of industrial experience. He has published around 18 number of publications and has more than 95 plus citations. His publications are in Scopus Journal, book publication, book chapter publication, and also contributed for articles. He also included patent field publication and also received international awards for his excellent presentation skills and also appeared for guest of honor and lecture for hands-on training and industrial training. He has appeared for more than 75 plus of projects as guide. Thank you. Thank you, Sherin. Now I hand over the session to Mr. G. Gnanavel.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Screen is visible for you. Visible for you. Good morning to all.
Sir, screen is visible, sir.
Okay. Ma'am, which year, ma'am? Biomedical students. Which year, ma'am? Second year, third year, fourth year.
Sir, final year students, PG students, and some research
Okay.
scholars and faculty members.
Oh, okay. Thank you, ma'am. So before starting the session, we got to discuss about the biomedical waste. Already you studying biomedical students. We have different color code, isn't it? So in the presentation, the top I mentioned the different color code, is it right? So these are things we know that what are the biomedical waste. In that biomedical waste, in the biohazard, the symbol is mentioned, is it right? So this symbol is mentioned that as well as individual category of waste, they can mention in terms of different color code. So what do you mean by the yellow? As what do you mean by red and then white, blue as well as black? Any idea? Anyone? It's like a just interaction session only. The thing is, before starting the sessions, whether you know about the basics of biomedical waste and how to segregation. So anyone you know about that? For a yellow color code is represented for which type of waste, as well as red color and then white, blue, as well as black. Any idea? We need response from second year, third year, fourth years, as well as scholars. Okay, shall we move on one by one for the how we are mentioned that the different types of color code, what is the purpose? So we can move on to next slides. So first of all, we know that what is medical waste. So biomedical waste means during that the waste is collected during the diagnosis as well as the treatment or immunization of any human being as well as animals as well as any research work. We are doing that in the process. Some waste is collected. So that waste is considered as a biomedical waste. So in the biomedical waste, we got to dispose proper way. So we can't able to directly put in the landfill or it can be a dump in the any type of solid waste. The thing is, the main thing is the biomedical waste management is the rule created by the central government, the Ministry of Forest as well as the Environment climate changes. In that, they give the norms how to collect the biomedical waste, how to receive the biomedical waste, and how to store and how to transport, as well as how to treat the biomedical waste, whether it may be a solid or whether it may be a liquid, and then how to dispose, or how to handle that, or even for the human being also, how to handle the biomedical waste, and then what are the recycle method. So everything is given there as per the biomedical waste rules and regulation in 2016. So in that 2016 regulation, they are classified into 5 category. One is for the first one is for that yellow color. So yellow color for that. This one is for the any type of anomical waste. It may be a human waste, or it may be animal waste, or it may be a saline or any chemical waste. So these are under that yellow category. So the yellow category, in that yellow category, the bin is also makes the biohazard, as well as this waste is go for the incineration purpose. We are burning and then we convert in terms of ash and some other further purifications, further operations. So and then the second category represents for the red one. So red bin represents for that is that contaminated of any type of waste. It may be a recyclable, for example the syringe, or maybe a tube, or the vials. So all the plastic as well as the rubber waste we are dumping in that red color code, as well as the white color. So white color represents for this, we can dump it that the puncture proof container. In that we are storing only for the sharp edges, including the metals. There may be knife or it may be blade or any type of sharp edges to compound we are handling the treatment process. So that waste we are dumping in the white color container. And then the blue color represents for the most of the broken glassware. So most of the broken glassware we are putting that dumping the blue color bin. So and then the black color paper apart from that, it may be a food waste, it may be a any type of plastic waste, or maybe paper waste. We are put in that we are putting that black color code. So maximum for the before that in the biomedical waste 2016, in 1998 they mentioned that around 10 types of color code they mentioned that. So how to segregate the biomedical waste. After that is split into only 4 points. Only thing is for yellow color, and then for red color as well as white, and then blue, and then last one is the black color. The black color for that it may be a your food waste or plastic waste or maybe a paper waste. So during that the treatment method, and then each and every type of the waste material in the bag, they will mention that biohazard symbol, the biohazard as well as the cytotoxic, whether you are handling that any type of harmful chemicals. So that is we are stored means that also we could put the sticker like that. It will be this for the biohazard as well as for the seal for cytotoxic. So these two symbols should be printed in that bag. So that bag only we got to keep it for that biomedical waste material. And then so as per that the pollution control board, central pollution control board, so these are the stages to separate that as well as the treat that biomedical waste. So in the 2016 regulations, they are put in the different stages. For first of all, the segregation, storage, collections, and handling and treatment as well as the disposal. So there are 5 category to treat that the unwanted waste, that is the waste material, is converted in terms of reusable or maybe a recyclable waste, as well as we can go for any type of compost material also. So using that as per the government regulations. And then already we discussed about that what does it mean by the yellow bag. So in the yellow bag, I mentioned that. So it may be in the color code in the yellow color bag should be that the biohazard or it may be a cytotoxic. So the cytotoxic means the any type of that contaminated cytotoxic drugs. It may be waste medicines or it may be a uh, type of chemicals. We can put in that the cytotoxic waste container, as well as the any type of the human body in the operation theater. What are the waste we are collecting? It may be a saline, it may be a fluids, or it may be any type of organ materials, the tissues or anything. We can dumping in the yellow color. So the yellow color bag, we will go for the incineration process. We are burning. So more than 1100 degrees Celsius, we are burning. So at that time, it is converted in terms of ash. So that ash is converted to different types of we can reuse it for the reuse. As well as for the similar for that, the red bag as well as the white as well as the blue. So based upon this category. So in the regulation, the rules of biomedical waste rules of 2016, we are categorizing the four schedule. In the four schedule, how to categorize that as well as how to segregate the waste management as well as the what are the standard methods as well as the standard disposal methods we have, and then how to properly handle that waste from that hospital. That is a HCF, healthcare facility center. It may be a clinic, it may be a hospital, it may be a research and veterinary college, or it may be any type of multi-special hospitals. From that, from the point to in the individual pollution control board, they having that announced that they have a common facility center, common biomedical treatment facility center. They go to provide all the waste. So, and then how to handle that biomedical waste, how to transport the biomedical waste, everything is as per the rules of biomedical waste in 2016 regulation we are following. And then, so in that, the rules and regulations is framed into 16 in the month of March. And then, so in that, we are handling that how to collect that waste apart from how to segregate the solid municipal solid waste and then compared to the normal biomedical waste, how to segregate, and then how to segregate the non-hazardous as well as hazardous waste, and then e-waste as well as the hazardous microorganism also. In the hospital, some hospital having some clinic having that the testing lab also. So in that also how to avoid that any type of contamination while the people's handling the biomedical waste from that the clinic to the common facility center. And then, so already mentioned that each and every bag they have the barcode. In the barcode only we can easily identify which clinic or which healthcare facility center we are collecting the biomedical waste. And then in the biomedical waste also within 48 hours from that collection point to that the common facility center they go to transport. Otherwise, the government is giving that fine for that individual healthcare facility centers. It may be a hospital, it may be a clinic, or it may be any type of research institution. They have to provide that all the waste within 48 hours. So there is a rules and regulations given by the government, state government as well as the pollution control. And then we've already told that how to transport the vehicle also they have the GPRS as well as they are in the bag also they have the barcode. And then each and every biomedical waste treatment facility center for every 75 kilometers. For example, in our Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board, in the control for all the 38 cities, they have only for 11 common facility centers. In the 11 common facility centers, they are dumping that all the waste. For example, in the Coimbatore only have only two common facility centers. They are collecting from Coimbatore, E-Road, as well as for the Ooty. So nearby region also, they are collecting the waste and then they are going for the treatment method. So before collecting the waste, in the common, before collecting to the common facility center, for that it may be a clinic, it may be a hospital, it may be a research institution. They got give that separate bag. It may be yellow or maybe a green. Sorry, it may be a red. It may be a white. It may be a blue. Based upon that, they got segregating. Whether you go for incineration purpose, or whether you go for the treatment method, whether you go for the dumping that any type of the sharp edges, the pit. So like that, they got segregate. And then, so this is the method. So while collecting the biomedical waste from the different sources, the collection of biomedical waste from that uh, leak-proof vehicles. For example, in the vehicle also some standards. So in the standard, they got covered one and then the closed container only they are transporting the waste from the source to that common facility center. As well as in that they coming for that common biomedical waste treatment facility center. They are going for they are segregating only for the red color, red as well as yellow and then blue as well as white. So they are segregating the waste first of all. And then for the yellow bag, already told that the yellow bag go for the incineration purpose. So we go for incineration process. In the incineration, so after that incinerated, they are getting only for ash. So in the ash, go for the landfill process. So as well as the treatment as well as storage disposal facility as well as the landfill facility. So this ash is goes to the next stage. And similarly, for the incineration purpose, in the stage, some few gases also appear. So in the few gases also appear, that few gases also controlled, and then through the stack we are putting that atmosphere. So before leaving that stack, the air is treated properly with that the device. So this is the first stage. This is for the yellow bag. So the yellow bag means we are taking the any type of organ waste, as well as maybe a saline, as well as any type of solid waste. We are burning, and then after the burning, we convert in terms of ash as well as in terms of gas. So the two stages we are segregating. And then the second category, I told that the red color bag, we have only for the plastic as well as rubber. So in that we are go for that autoclaving. So already we know the biomedical student, we know how to do the autoclave process, isn't it? So what is sterilization? Anyone? So what is sterilization? What is the use of sterilization? Any idea? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you. So what is sterilization, students? Any idea? Sterilization. So main thing is to clean the microorganisms. Is it right? So here, before doing a process, first of all, you go to autoclave, that is sterilization. So more than 1000, more than 100 degrees Celsius to 120 degrees Celsius, we are autoclaving. After autoclave, we are cutting the small pieces. In the shredding, that is here, we are converted that the large piece, compound waste is converted to small pieces. It may be a plastic, that may be a rubber. We are shredding. So after the shredding, we go for the recycling. So in the recycling also, only the specific authorized recycler only we have giving. For example, in our in Tamil Nadu, only around 8 companies have the authorized recycler all over the Tamil Nadu. So that all the waste is given to that recycler. So that recycler people, they are converting different types of second quality or third quality of product they are doing. And the same in the autoclaving process, we are using water. Is it right? In the autoclaving process, the water using it, that water also going to contaminate. So that contaminated water goes to that ETP. The ETP means effluent treatment process. In the effluent treatment method, we are going to segregate the solid as well as the liquid. So in that, the treated water we are using for the second grade. For example, for the gardening purpose, or maybe at in the restroom we are using for the flush water. So these are the stage. These are the category we are using for the second quality for the treated water. And then the remaining of sludge, there is a biomass. That biomass is go for that any type of the stored in that leak-proof container, or it may be the some of the cases we go for the biomass conversion and then convert in terms of biofertilizers. Also they doing, and similar for that. Apart from that, the red color as well as the yellow color, we are taking that the glass. So the glass is in the glass, we have some amount of chemical compound also present. So that is the chemical disinfection as well as that also given to the authorized people. Even though some of the sharp edges, so the sharp edges is dumped in that the pit in the around 3 feet pit, we are dumping that all the sharp edges. So these are the stages the people the common facility centers they are doing. First of all, they collecting the wastes, and then they segregating based upon the color code, and then they are using for the further operation. There may be a recycle method, recycle compound is mean we are recycle. Otherwise, the same is converted in terms of biomass or in terms of any type of reusable or second grade or third grade of product we are using. And then already we told that, so these are the 5 category. The 5 category, first to 3 represent for that in terms of bin. Whether bin means first for the yellow color as well as the red color, and then the black color. These are the color code we saw in the all the hospitals. Okay, and then the black represent for the general waste. General waste already told you what is the general waste. It may be a food waste, or it may be paper or plastics. That is used plastic. So here, what are the thing we are using? For the yellow, black, as well as the white, as well as the blue. So blue is broken as well as the discarded, contaminated glasses, including the medicine vials and ampoules. This is for the blue color. And then the sharp edges put in the puncture proof container reusers. So there are totally 3 bins as well as one container as well and one box. Total out of 5, 3 bin and one container and one box we are using for the any type of, whether it may be a small clinic or that may be a multi-level hospital or multi-specialty hospital also. These are the 5 category of waste they go to collect, and then while handling of waste they go to the same. They can be at the personal protective equipment. They got to wear the mask and goggles as well as a cap, and then gloves as well as the shoe, the safety shoe, everything they got to wear. So all the biomedical students, aware about that personal protective equipment. Okay. So these are the thing for yellow bag. What are the things we got to keep it for the drugs, and then for labs. What are the research lab we are doing any type of microorganisms that also keep in the yellow bag, and then some waste chemicals, and then for a red category, so we are collecting only for the silica, rubber, silica material as well as the plastic material, syringe. So these are things we are collecting in the red color. And then the sharp edges, I will we discuss only for the puncture proof container we are putting. And then the same. So before that, we go to cut it in the small pieces. The machine is here. In that, we can remove that sharp edges in the needle. Then only we put in the container. And then I told them, so this bag is the barcode is compulsory. So in the barcode for the individual bag, they can mention that which healthcare facility, and then first of all they can mention which type of hazard. That may be a biohazard, it may be a cytotoxic hazard. They got printed and the specific dimensions, and then the symbols. So what are the compound present in the biomedical waste, as well as which date of the biomedical waste is collected and which center, and then the time. Everything is they mentioned in the bag. So once I lead, we discuss about that effluent treatment method. So in the effluent treatment method, in the during that biomedical waste treatment, so we are using water. So that water also going to contaminate it. So that water we convert to the wastewater is converted to the treated water. So in that we are using for the sewage treatment plant as well as the effluent treatment plant. So based upon the size, whether we are using for the sewage as well as the effluent. So can you tell me what is the difference between the sewage as well as the effluent treatment plant? Any idea? So what do you mean STP? What is means ETP? For effluent treatment process as well as a sewage treatment process, which type of wastewater they collected? Anyone? In the effluent treatment process as well as a sewage treatment process, which type of water they collected? What is the difference? The same plant, they are collecting that wastewater only. So what is the difference between the sewage treatment as well as the effluent treatment? Any idea? Okay. The thing is, the sewage means, for example, the apartment as well as that any type of college, we are using only for the sewage treatment. So there is no chemicals and all. For the effluent treatment means they are handling of chemicals for industries. Three industries having the effluent treatment plant. So in that in the production area as well as the washing area, they are using some different types of chemicals, different types of material. So at that time, all the water is collected on the one point. In the collection point, they are taking that wastewater, they are treating. There are different methods. So this is called that the plate and frame filter press. So in the filter press, they are collecting the after the process over, they are collecting the treated water as well as this is called the biomass. That in this arrangement. So in that they are treating that water, the wastewater to the treated water. So in that, based upon the chemical compound, and then the apart from the biomass, they can segregate the solid waste management as well as the effluent treatment method. So in that, most of the biomedical equipment as well as the biomedical, for example, personal protective equipment also, we are using only for the plastic material. Is it right? Consider the simple example. Consider as a mask. So use and throw mask. So the use and throw mask is made up of which material? Any idea? Use and throw mask is made up of which type of plastic? Whether it's a plastic or some other compound. we are wearing mask, through mask, disposable mask. Whether it's made up of paper or plastic or maybe a cloth. Anyone? So it's made up of only for the plastics. So polypropylene, the used through mask is made up of polypropylene. So one of the plastic material. So for the next presentation, I show what is the type of how to classify the plastic, how we are collecting the plastics, how to classify the plastic, and what are the product we are making. So one by one discuss. So most of the biomedical instrument parts as well as the biomedical material handling, and then for the hospitals also we are using for the personal protective equipment. So out of which maximum amount of material is made up of only for the plastic material. Even for the yellow bag and the red bag as well as the puncture tube, container, and then dustbin. So everything is made up of plastic. So here, so this is the method. So these are the different types of plastic waste collected. After that, individual healthcare facility into the healthcare facility, they got to prepare the data. So monthly report. In the monthly report, they got to submit their pollution control department. So how much amount of waste is collected, and then how much amount of waste is treated. For that may be a solid waste, whether it may be a liquid waste, how much amount is collected, and then how much amount of waste is collected for the per bed, how much gram of waste is collected like that. There are some specifications there. So based on that, they go to submit the report to that pollution control board. Then only they can visit the healthcare facility whether they have to properly dispose the waste, whether it may be yellow bag as well as red bag and then blue bag and then white and then the last one's a black color bag we are keeping or not. Okay. So once we collecting that all the biomedical waste, so for the vehicles, in the transportation vehicle also, I told that the barcode. In the barcode we are scanning in, we can easily trace out that which healthcare facility we are collecting the waste and how much quantity, how much gram of yellow bag waste and how much gram of red bag waste as well as white as well as blue. So these are, and the maximum we are not using for the black bag. So black bag is only for the food waste as well as the plastic and paper. So here there is no need to go for the incineration process. Only thing is for red as well as yellow and then white and blue. Okay. So in that they are doing for the different incineration as well as for the treatment, recycling, and then for the glass material they are putting that the pit. In the pit there are three phases only we are using. Only for the incineration process, for the ash is collected as well as fume to the stack, we are bringing that the treated air is removed. And then so, hospital waste also classified into two categories. One is for the hazardous as well as non-hazardous. So mostly the biomedical waste treatment only we are using for the only for hazardous. So non-hazardous in our campus itself, for example, for hospital and maybe clinic itself, they can segregate and then go for the further operation. But the only thing is the hazardous chemicals only they go to treat only for the proper method and then they can send that common facility center. And then whether it may be a landfill, other they go for recycle or it can be any type of biomass they collect this. Only thing is the common facility center people they will do. And then Ali told that in our apart from that biomedical waste, we are using for the all the type of equipment, all the type of equipment. For example, biomedical equipment or it may be any type of containers we are using only mainly we are using for the plastic material. So we are purchasing only for the plastic material. Why? Because for example, the same water bottle we are purchasing in terms of tin or in terms of glass. In terms of plastic, we are preparing only for the plastic because it's very cheap as well as it can be withstand. Is it right? For example, suppose we got handle for the glass bottle means we got to take care of our glass bottles, and similar for the tin. for it may be can material, for it may be aluminum, or it may be a stainless steel material. So that also we go to the weight also high. The weight also high. Compared to we are taking for example for the plastic container, a bottle, or maybe a glass bottle, or maybe a steel bottle. Means we are preferring only for the plastic container because it's a cheap and then easy to handle with a less weight. So in our day-to-day life also we are using more type of plastic material compared to other type. For example, it may be a paper material, it may be wood material, it may be a tin, or it may be a cardboard, any type of material. We are preferring only for the plastic waste. Why? Because only thing is very cheap as is easy to carry. So in our life, we are using for plastics. So first of all, how the plastic material is collected. So already we studied in the school life, environmental engineering, environmental science. So all the dead elements is converted to that in terms of golden years. That is to convert in terms of oil as well as gas. So oil as gas is segregated, and then we are converting that in terms of different cracking method. We are collecting different types of, for example, consider the naphtha cracking method. In the cracking method, we are segregating the different types of product, petroleum product. So in this stage, we are collecting that gas as well as the oil to the rig. So from the rig, we are disposing that, and that we are go for the treatment method. That will be a petrochemical process industries. So here we are getting in terms of crude oil. So in the crude oil, we are burning. In the crude oil is separated into due to that the boiling point as well as due to that carbon atoms. So we study in the school level. The carbon atoms C1 to C4 gases form, and then the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. So we can get the only for the LPG, liquid petroleum gas. And then for a carbon atom 5 to 9, there is considered as a naphtha. So in the naphtha, we are collecting the chemicals. In the chemicals only, the plastic is collected. And then, so the C5 to C10, the petroleum as well as gas. For example, for the fuels. Fuels, we are collecting in the cracking process, as well as the paraffin, as well as the diesel, and then lubricating oil, fuel oil, as well as the last stage is the tar. So these are the stages based upon the boil, the temperature of uh, the temperature starting the individual crude oil. We are collecting that LPG, and then the naphtha, there is a chemicals, petrol and jet fuel, diesel, lubricating oil, as well as the last stage is the tar. We are collecting different types of carbon atom as well as the melting point of the process. So from the 20 degrees Celsius to above 600 degrees Celsius. So, so already we discussed about that. The first stage is the crude oil. So the crude oil we are collecting. In the crude oil, the main thing is segregated to three parts. Only for that diesel, and then it's a light petroleum split, and then other compounds. So totally out of 100 percentage, 70 percentage we are collecting we are segregating in terms of diesel, and then remaining 20% is a light petroleum split. So out of 20, again split into two parts, three parts. One is for the plastic 4 percentage, and other chemical 3 percentage, and motor fuel 13 percentage. So the out of 20 is the composition. 100 percentage of crude oil we are collecting only for the plastic only for 4 percentage. So remaining thing is 70 percentage is the diesel, and then other chemical product we are getting 3 percentage, and motor fuels are 13 percentage, and then other compound 10 percentage. Okay, in this is for the origin. There is a crude oil. From the crude oil only for 4 percentage of plastics is collected. So already told that for the petroleum process, in the petrol refineries, we are taking that the crude oil as well as the naphtha, go for the polymerization. Polymerization, for example, for ethylene to polyethylene, as well as for monomer to polymer, we are converting. So plastic, resin, fiber, elastomers, rubber. So these are the compound they are they are collecting as a byproduct. So after that, so in general, for any type of chemical industry, they are classified into four categories. One is for the chemical sector, as well as the petrochemical sector, as well as fertilizer and pharmaceutical. So already we know the pharmaceutical, the formulations, as well as that biotechnology, bioproduct, we are doing for the pharmaceutical divisions. As well as the chemical sector, we are producing for the organic chemicals as well as inorganic chemicals. And then for the fertilizer and potassium, nitrogen, phosphorus, these are the compound we are we are producing for the growth of the plants. And then the main thing is for the petrochemical sector, we are converting that the petroleum byproduct is in terms of polymers, synthetic fiber, surfactants, as well as the elastomers. So out of this 100 percentage that we are using for the polymerization, polymers we are getting for 70 percentage, and then fiber is 22%, elastom is 2 percentage, and then surfactant is 6 percentage. So this is up for the four type of segments of chemical industries. 70 percentage only is made up of only for the polymers. Polymers means we already heard the term, the thermoplastic as well as thermoset plastics. The thermoplastic as well as thermoset plastic different is the thermoplastic means by heating it's going to melt it, and then we are cooling means we can convert systems of different types of product. But the thermoset plastics, once we heat it, we convert the product. After that we are heating it, we can't able to recycle. But the thermoplastic can recycle. For example, in your home you consider the cooker handle, the the backlight. So there is once it's broken means you cannot able to recycle. You cannot able to melt. But similar for that, any type of container. So the any type of container, any type of bags, they are heating means they're going to melt it. That again we go for the recycle process. So from the polymers, we are using mainly using for the carry bags as well as packaging material using for the polymers. And then for the fibers, for the textile as well as the fiber text based product, we are using for the fibers for nylon, polyesters, and terephthalic acid. So these are the compound we are collected in the synthetic fibers. And elastomers already know that for the rubber, tires, toys, as well as any type of customers products we are getting from the elastomers. And then surfactant is for the detergents, emulsifier. So these some foaming agent we are collected from the surfactants. So in, in that out of 70 percentage of polymer product, so we are specifying the specific polymers. That may be a there's a plastic. That may be a thermoset plastic as a thermoplastic. Mainly, we are using only for the thermoplastic. So the thermoplastic they are classified into different category. The first thing is based upon the recycle code. So you can see any type of plastic product in the bottom of the container they given the recycle code. The recycle code number 127. So the recycle code number 127 that is represent for how to segregate the plastic. Similar for the biomedical waste. The plastics also they go to segregate different color code. I mean, not color code, different numbers. So one number for poly PET bottle, for example, for drinking water, for the Bisleri or Aquafina, any type of PET bottle we are purchasing it. In the bottom, they give the triangle symbol. In the triangle symbol, middle portion, they give the number. One means polyethylene terephthalate. So, likewise, the plastic product is given the some specific code. So, the out of which the polyethylene, there is a high density, low density. There are different types of classification. So polyethylene is around 29 percentage of product we are producing from that polyethylene, and then polyvinyl chloride we are using for that 12 percentage, and then polypropylene. PP polypropylene. For example, our personal product equipment, the mask, gloves, as well as everything is made up of only for the PP polypropylene, and then remaining thing is for the polyethylene terephthalate 6 percentage, and polyurethane 7 percentage, and polystyrene and epoxy polystyrene. So this is around 8%. So remaining 90 percentage is other type of plastics we are using. The plastic consumption is more compared to other type of plastics. And then the resin we have for the nothing but the plastic raw material. So the plastic raw material, so they classify into three categories. One is for the commodity plastics. So that is day-to life we are using 74% we are using for the commodity plastics. And then engineering plastics, and then specialty plastic. So this is for the 1% room. There is a very rare case we receive because this material is very costly, and then high performance cost is also very high. So then we reach very less value. And then engineering plastic is a medium rate. So we have, for example, polystyrene, polycarbonate, and then polyamide. There is a nylon. These are the compound we are making only for the engineering. And then commodity plastic means mainly we receive polyethylene, polypropylene, polystyrene, polymer chloride, polymethyl methacrylate. So these are the compounds you can refer any type of. For example, you can take your mobile phone, or any type of gas. So the thing is, maximum amount of product is made up of this commodity plastic as well as the engineering plastic. The combination of one or two chemicals, combination of one or two polymers made up of new product. And then, so I already told that the commodity plastic is mainly we use the polyethylene, that is for PE, and then polypropylene is PP, polystyrene PS, polyvinyl chloride, polymethacolate, high impact polystyrene, acronated butyrylstyrene, and then styrene butyrylacrylate, and then these are things is commodity plastics, and then these are things engineering plastic. So I told that for the PET bottle, generally we are telling the PET bottle, PET, polyethylene terephthalate. So the PET, and then PBT, polybutylene terephthalate, and polyamide. Polyamide refers for in terms of nylon, the same, the nylon 6, nylon 66. These are the things refer for the engineering plastic, as well as the PC for the polycarbonate. So most of the thing you consider as a bulletproof. So there is, for example, your helmet that not a glass. It's made up of only for glass. It's a bulletproof. So it is made up of only for the polycarbonate. And similar for the specialty. So these are components very rarely they're using because very costly. So mostly for the missile as well as any type of defense part made up of this is only for specialty. Polytetrafluoroethylene and then thermoplastic polyurethane and then polyethylene, polyether, ether ketone. So these are the things special. So already told that what is the difference between thermoplastic as well as thermoset plastic. So the formation, first of all, the thing is made up of only for the additional formation, addition. So for the linearly arranged. Only for consider X direction or into Y direction is the direction, only one direction. So we can easily to break that molecules. So the formation is with that additional formation. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 like that. It will be the x-axis direction. And then the second is a linear long chain. And then we studied the chemistry, the van der Waals force. The van der Waals force as the covalent binding, you know the difference. So here the molecular weight is very low, so that we can easily we can break that molecule. For example, see the picture. So these are the products made up of only for the thermoplastic. In the under the thermoplastic, there are different things. For example, we have polyethylene, polypropylene, polyvinyl chloride, and then polystyrene. Okay. So these are the different types of products we can. And then thermoset. So in the cooker handle, for example, for knife or cooker handle. So this is made up of thermoset. Once it's broken, we can't able to reuse. We can't able to recycle. Okay. So this is the difference between the thermoset plastic as well as thermoplastics. So the thermoset plastic, for example, in the olden days, we had the electric switches, the black and white. So that switch is also made up of only for the phenol formaldehyde. It's a PF and polyurethane, and then urea formaldehyde, melamine formaldehyde. For example, in our game, we are using for that microwave bowls as well as a plate. It is made up of melamine formaldehyde. Okay. And then polyurethane, epoxy resin, unsaturated polyester resin. So there things are thermoset. Once it's broken, we can't able to recycle. Suppose it's also going to we are giving more heat also, that time also it's not going to melt. Once the process over means same type of uh, plastic based broken piece also we are getting up the end of the stage also. For example, for the polyethylene, polypropylene, polystyrene, once we heating, it's automatically going to melt. And then, so the previous presentation we discussed about that what is the types of plastics and then how the classify the plastic material. And then, so these are the type of plastic materials, plastic product we are saw in the day-to-day life. So how their plastics are made. For example, consider say a carry bag, maybe a spoon, or maybe a container, or maybe any type of button, hose, tube, container, storage tank, and then the packaging material. So these are things, different types of machinery parts. So in this thing is first of all is for injection molding. So out of which the main things for injection molding, most of the product we are getting only for injection molding. And then the blow mold. We are blowing that air to the parison, there is the mold. So in that we get different types of product. Consider that a plastic type of test tube is there. No? This is the initial stage. So in that we are giving the high pressure as well as the we are blowing air, we are heating, so this type of product we get. And this for the compression molding. So compression mold will be made up of only for the thermoset. So once it's broken means we can able to recycle. So one time product. One time means so we can't recycle. And then for extrusion, we go for that any bridal hoses or it may be a pipe or in type of tube, everything is made up of extrusion. And then rotation molding. For example, in your home, you use for the storage of water, 150 ml of liter of water, or maybe 500 liters of water, or in the toilet we have the storage tank. So this thing is made up of only for the rotation molding. And then the thermoform. So thermoforming is, for example, the in your food parcel. In hotels, we are the serving plate, parcel plate. So this are also made up of only for the thermoform. So next person, next thing I can discuss about is what are the method we can get the different types of product. So in that, already told that out of different types of process, the injection molding, 58% of product we are using. Day to day, around we are using 58% of product we are using and 10% of the product we are using for the extrusion. And the 10% is more of blow molding process, and then 2% other apart from that. So in that diagram, I mentioned what are the examples for individual processing. So in that, the first stage is for the injection. So we can see that in our household, so these are the equipment, these are the material we are using. For example, the tray, as well as the bucket, and then the dustbin, and then the spoon, spatula, and then the chairs. So any type of material, for instance, for the bottles, everything is made up of an injection molding. So this there is red color is that the plastic pellets. So in the plastic pellets, here is going to heater. Here we are going to heater. After that we are pressing. We are pressing means here this is the mold. This is the mold. So this I can here I can the product. So consider that which product shape of product I need in this stage. I can keep that mold, and then here we clamp it, and then here we pressing high pressure, as well as that we are using that melted plastic, the melted plastic, and then after the process is over, we are going to eject it, and then we can remove that different types of waste material as well as our desired product. The waste is again crushed into small pieces, again recycled. So even for any type of container, in the bottom portion, you can see the smaller dot is there. The small dot, it may be less than 5 mm. That this thing is that portion only the plastic material is injected. So for example, you could go for any type of chairs, as well as it may be a dustbin, it may be any type of container. You can see the back side of the container, many type of products. In that, the center portion, they have the injection pump. So after that, this one. After that, they cut in the small pieces, and then we can recycle it. So these are the portions of injection molding machines. And then next one is I told about the blow mold. So similarly here we are putting the plastic pellets, and then here we are blowing the air. So plastic pellet is heated, and then in the same direction we are blowing. So in that portion, this is the mold. In that mold, we are pouring the plastic pellet, the melted plastic, as well as we are blowing the air means automatically we are getting the different types of containers. Either it may be a 1 liter bottle, or maybe a 2 liter can, or it may be a 5 liter can, or it may be a 100 ml, any type. It may be a shampoo bottle, it may be oil bottle, or even for the drinking water also. Any type of product is made up of only for the injection molding. And then next one is for the thermoform. So for any type of containers is made up. For example, the biggest example considers a fridge, refrigerator door is made up of only for the thermoform. So here the sheet is first of all fixed, and then we are heating. The heating, and then we are pressing. See that in the bottom is heated. After that we are applying vacuum. So once applying the vacuum means the hot air is removed. So remaining thing is only thing which shape is needed automatically collected in that, and then we cut into small pieces, which is part is needed, and remaining thing is discarded. So this is a method is called the thermoform. So here we collect that in type of tray or containers, some containers also, and then for example for the nursery garden we use it for the tray, the sampling trays, as well as for the canteen we use it for the plates, isn't it? So these are things the parcel. So these are things made up only for the thermoform. And then next one is for the blow molding. So in the blow molding is, first of all, the same, the material is fed in here, and then here is heated. In that portion we are blowing. After the blowing we can cut it to small pieces which shape is needed. That may be carry bag, that may be jumbo bag, it may be single bag, a rice bag, any type of bag, even for the we are in our cellular type tape, that also everything is made up of that. The machine is called blow film extrusion process. And then extrusion is for the extrusion. In the extrusion process, the same, the plastic is for melted plastic is through the heater is going, and then which shape, whether it may be a cylindrical shape or it may be a the cube shape or its shape is needed, means that shape is correct. For example, it may be a PVC pipe or it may be a frame. Everything is made up of only for the extrusion vision. And then which shape is needed. For example, the minimum standard size is there. For example, 20 feet means 20 feet. Each is, after that we cut it into small the specific dimensions, and then they can show it. And then this is called that rotation molding. So in that rotation molding, the mold also very big. So in that we are pouring that powder of plastic pellets, and then it's rotating. This storage can as well as that the containers. These are things okay. So first of all, they pour the powder, and then we are heating as well as rotating. After heating, rotating, and then we are cooling, and then we can dismantle, and then we can remove the different types of containers. And then the previous presentations is where the discuss about only for the thermoplastic. So this equipment is called as compression molding. Here we see for the thermoset. So one time, for example, the switches, button, and then in the electric meter we have some material, and then plastic, I mean trays, as well as that plates is made up of the melamine. For example, a simple example, melamine. So once it's broken means we can able to recycle, and then we go the hair brush handle and buttons. So these are things is made up of only for the thermoset plastic using compression molding. So out of which already I told that polyethylene we are using 33%, and then polypropylene 29%, and then polyethylene terephthalate we are using for 17%, and polyvinyl chloride 7%, and others we are using for 14%. Okay. So these are the this previous presentation we discussed about that how to classify the plastic material, how to classify whether it may be a thermoplastic or thermoset plastic. So what are the places we are using for that plastic material in our day-to-day life? So in our kitchen, okay, in our kitchen also most of the thing we are using for the plastic based material. For example, we were in the knife, it may be bucket, the chopper board, and then dishwash detergent container, and then the lunch box, dishwasher, water tap, water purifier, micro oven, refrigerator, storage case, cooking tops, and then various bottles. So everything is made up of only for the plastics. So it may be a polyethylene, polyethylene terephthalate, polypropylene, polymethyl methacrylate, and polyvinyl chloride. So these are the different types of material using get the different types of product. Isn't it? From the knife to, for example, your brushes, or in terms of the PET bottles, wrapper film, plastic bags, milk containers, and the rice cooker, and then toaster. Everything is made up of plastic material. And similar for the living area. So in living area, the TV, televisions, as well as CD player and telephone, as well as light stand and the wall clock, and the wristwatch, as well as wall clock and carpet, sofas, cameras, so air conditions. The list is one by one. So the thing is, maximum of product is made up of only for the plastics material. Why? Because it's very easy to carry. Is it? Easy to carry as well as cheaper compared to glass, compared to that metal. And then similar for our restroom also, for our bathtub, and then it may be a chair, mat, shampoo container, soap container, and bath cover, and then toys, brush, toothbrush, hairbrush, shaver, and the electric fans and floors. Everything is the same. So these are three pictures given. We know easily understand that what is the difference between what are the how much amount of plastic material we are using day to day life. So the thing is, in the we are using this much amount of plastics in day to day life, but they have some positive one and some negative ones. The thing is, once we are burning that plastics in the environmental condition, is automatically to affect the air pollution as well as the water pollution as well as the land pollution. So we got to dispose properly. We got disposed properly. Even for the government also given the different types of color code bin for the white color as well as the green color. Okay. First of all, we are going to able to segregate the plastic waste material separately. Mean we can avoid the any type of pollution. Not only for the plastic, whether it may be a glass, it may be a tin, it may be a paper. So different types of waste is we are collecting. So we are disposed properly means we can save our environment. So here, so why we are selected for the plastic means because it's easy to convenient. It's a convenient as it's a very cheap and the hygiene for so that we are using for the packaging material also for food packaging also. So waterless and lightweight. So these are some positive points also. So we can store up to that lifespan because the degradation is lesser. Degradation more compared to other material. So for consumption of plastic compared to the worldwide as well as India. So in world in USA, per person they are consuming 108 kg. 108 kg they are consuming. In India, only for 11 kg we are using, and China we are using for 38 kg. So world average we are using for 28 kg of plastic per person per capita. So this for in 2019, and then 2022 in India 20 kg of plastic we are consuming, and worldwide around 44.5 kg. The thing is the average. So this average is 44.5 kg. So compared to the worldwide consumption, we are only for 50% of plastic is we are consuming compared to years also. And then, so what are the ways we are using for the plastic consumption? Whether it go for packaging, whether using for the automobiles and the household and the building construction, and then other parts we are using that. And then, so once the plastics is come to the package sector, so these are the component is material is affected. For the plastic paper around 11% is affected, and we are reducing, as well as glass materials around 15% is reducing, and we reduce around 7% of metal also we reduced. And then simultaneously the plastic usage in the packaging area is around 2% is increasing. And then the composition of packaging material the same. So 42% is made up of plastic material, and then 21% of paper, and then 15% of metal, and then 7% of glass and other material. So this is the method for the any type of municipal solid waste management. First of all, they are collecting that, they are dumping that all the waste. So before dumping the first stage, we are providing that waste in the different manner. We have plastic separately and paper separately, and then metal, and then biometric food waste we are giving separately. Means it's easy to avoid that any type of contamination. So again, the people are segregating that the cardboard, paper, steel, glass, aluminum, paper, plastics. So before giving that in your household, we are giving separately. We means we can easily we can segregate the all the waste, and then we can save our environment without any contaminations. So this is a method. So these are the stages we are doing for the segregating aluminum, glass, steel, and then plastic as well as in the plastic also the reusable plastic as well as the non-thermos plastic also they would separate it. So apart from that waste material, so we are using for the food waste around 40 percentage, and then paper waste is in the solid waste management system. Around paper waste is 27 percentage, and 5 percentage of glass, and 4% of plastic using, and then it's collected, and then 3% of metal, and remaining thing is less than 1% and others. So So I told that we are selecting the different types of material for packaging. Also, we are reducing that the paper as well as the glass, and then can. So why? Because so we are taking that like already we know that the paper is produce from that tree. We cut the tree to produce for 1 tons of paper. To make paper means minimum need it for 17 trees. Okay, so there is one tree is needed for to produce around 8,000 sheets of paper. So the thing is, we got to save our environment as well as that we got to protect our environment. So safer zone. So similar for that glass also, the glass is produced from that sand, the silica, and then we can reuse it. There is a reuse that the old glass also, broken glass, and then we are heating, and then we are melted. So the thing is, we can recycle the material, and then we can dispose properly means we can save our environment. So most other places we are telling that we can ban the plastic. They say no plastics. So the thing is here why because so we are not giving any proper awareness to the public. So we got to segregate the paper separately as well as the plastic separately as well as the metal separately as well as the food waste separately means easily we can save and then we can reuse the plastics because for the reusing of plastic there are different method we use. They can lay the road tar blended plastic road is they are doing in India as well as the plastic is melted and during the pyrolysis process we convert to fuel as well as we are converting that in type of the pivot block from the waste plastics. Even for that I show some presentations. So in that, in India as well as in Tamil Nadu also, we are the percentage of waste is increasing yearly. So compared to that, the Maharashtra, so we are the third position. So in that the waste is collected in India, the top 5 states. So already told that in that recycle code. In the recycle code, the recycle code of the for reduce, reuse, recycle. There are three type of the three symbols. This one, reduce, reuse, recycle. This is a triangle symbol. There are three things. So there is reduce, reuse, recycle, and then in the center portion they given the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 to 6 is considered as a plastic material. So PET bottle, the polyethylene, and high density polyethylene is for recycle code. For example, the Coke tray. The Coke tray, you can see that the back side you can see written for recycle code 2. It is for made up of high density polyethylene. And then for PVC, for electrical work as well as plumbing work, for using for the polyvinyl chloride. And then for that, the low density polyethylene, our carry bag. So our carry bags made up of only for the and bottles and then in type of storage food containers is made up of for the fourth one. Fourth one for the recycle code number 4 means low density polyethylene. And then any type of packed material, food material. For example, for drinking as well as any type of food materials as well as any type of chemical glass chemicals they can store in that polypropylene. And then the sixth one is for the polystyrene. For the polystyrene, simply call it as the bean bag. Is it? In your home we have the bean bag. In the bag is made up of the foam. That is called simply we call it as the thermocol. The thermocol is nothing but the polystyrene. For example, thermocol in the school we did some craft work also. So there is only thing is made up of only for the polystyrene. And for example, the old cassette and then the CD cover, everything is made up of only for the polystyrene. So apart from the 1 to 6, the remaining thing is for example, even for the biomedic bioplastic also, the category is number 7. So in that the categories 1 to 7, we go to which what are the compounds we can reuse, what are the compounds should not recycle. The thing is we can in the recycle code number 2 as well as that number 4, number 5, number 2 and number 4, number 5. There is a polyethylene as well as polypropylene we can recycle. We should not recycle that polyethylene terephthalate, that is PET bottle, as well as the polystyrene and then polymer chloride. So these are very harmful. And then after while once we collected the plastic to recycle plastic, they given the R. Previous the prefix they given R for recycle. So the R LDP means recycled low density polyethylene, recycled high density polyethylene, recycled polypropylene, recycled polymer chloride. So these are specifications they go to mention the bag. And then, so what are the alternative method? So in India, so we are collecting that plastic waste. We are laid loads from the plastic waste. So already we know that the plastic road, we are for 1 kilometer of road we need 1 ton of plastic waste plus 9 ton of materials. Already this we have. So we blended with 1 ton of plastic waste. So till now, for the 11 states, till now we are laid plastic road around 1 lakh kilometers. So in India, 26 tons per day we are producing that plastic waste. So we are dispose the plastic waste properly means we can reuse that plastic waste and then we can lay that in huge remaining amount remaining kilometers of road also. The thing is that here the problem is we are not able to collect the plastic waste separately, so that the till now only for 1 lakh kilometers is laid in the 11 states. So there is a problem. So we are not able to collect the plastic waste separately. And similarly for that the plastics. So we are melting the plastics, we convert to during the pyrolysis process. In the pyrolysis process, we are melting that melted plastic is converted to oil. So plastic to oil. So 1 kg of plastics is to produce around 1 kg of oil. 1 kg of oil. So this oil is considered as a second category as well as third category. For example, for that the boiler, the burning of in the using for boiler, as well as the steel plant we are using, as well as the brick factory we are using, for tire industries we are using this oil, as well as for cement industries we are using this oil. Same. So this collection of plastic waste is properly we are not putting the improper segregation. So we are not able to give that requirement. For example, for the boiler and for the steel plant, for the brick in the brick factory, tire industry, cement industry, we are not give the plastic waste. So they are selling that oil is around 40 rupees per liter average. So this is the second method. And third method, even though nowadays they are using that plastics also in that construction area also. The plastics replaced for the brick work also. The brick, instead of brick, they are doing for that thermocol, the thermocol polystyrene, the thermocol building also they construct. So it is called GFRG. It is a glass fiber reinforced gypsum house. GFRG means panel house means glass fiber reinforced gypsum panel house construction. So this construction, the thing is cost wise also they can produce. So they nowadays they can build the house also around up to second floor. So this is another alternate method. And then even for agriculture also, we are using for the plastic culture, the mulching process. Mulching process means the main thing is to be to avoid that any type of weeds suppression, as well as the temperature we can modify. Nowadays, you can see that in Tamil Nadu also. In Tamil Nadu also, with this type of mulching process also they started, because specific plant point only the plant we are supplying the water. So remaining portions the plant other type of weeds does not grow. So they can get the short duration, we get the getting that high yield, as well as that the temperature we can maintain, as well as moisture we can maintain, so that we can get the high quality of fruit as well as vegetables we are collecting. So this method is very useful for that nowadays for the agriculture purpose, because nowadays the water resources also very less. So within the short amount of water, how to go for the cultivation, so how to control that weed, and then how to avoid that fertility, soil fertility. So these are things is very helpful for the farmers also. So apart from that, in India, the plastics benches also there. With the scheme of Swachh Bharat, in Indian Railway, the Western Railway Zone, they are constructed the recycled benches. So these are the things in West Bengal. And then next thing is for in Hyderabad, what they doing is they, in the collection of plastic waste, they convert to the roof as well as the pavement block. So they lay the pavement block only for this part of only made up of plastics, the recycled plastic. So the construction of for considers a security room. For one room we need 1.5 tons. That is 2,500
500 kg of tons the kg of plastic waste needed for the one room. And then for one roof of the security room need 5 millions of plastic bags. And then to convert the plastic bags to the tiles, they need 600 bags needed to convert one tiles. So this type of bag, paper bag is like the hydrogen. And then next one is for the nowadays for the garment industries also they are converting that plastic bottle to dress material. So here 9 PET bottles is used to convert that one t-shirts. 9 bottles is converted to t-shirts. So depends upon the size. For example, 1 liter to 2 liters or half liters of bottle, you can make new type of cloth material. For example, shirt you need 50 bottles and then pant 40 bottles and then 6 bottles, 6 to 9 bottles we can make using that waste plastic containers. So these are the things we discussed about only for the plastic and the plastic in everyday life. So come to our topic. So here the personal product equipment. As a biomedical student, you know how to use the handling of equipments as well as how to use the patients. For example, handling of patients. So even for the COVID situation also, these are the personal protective equipments. Every doctor is a nurse they get. So everything is made up of plastic material. So this plastic material, how to reuse? Any idea? So these are things before that the presentation is only for general instruction. So any idea for the biomedical students? So what are the possibilities to convert that personal protective equipments to some other product? You got any news? The COVID situation. Any type of products we can able to make? Any response? Even the thing is, from the personal protective equipments, they can make that brick. The plastic, there is a waste plastic. It's a personal protective kits as well as mask. He convert that brick. So the brick, the cost is 2.8 rupees per piece. So the dimension of the brick is 12 into 8 into 4 inches of brick he can make. He used for 7 kg of biomedical waste. 7 kg of biomedical waste to make that 12 into 8 into 4 inch. 12 inch into 8 inch into 4 inch length, breadth, and height. So he made brick, the plastic brick. That is a from that biomedical waste. From the biomedical waste. So in that category for the red, is it red? For the red is for the rubber as well as the plastic. So from that the crushed, using the shredder, we cut into small pieces. So from that he made that useful the construction material. That is that is made up of they are preparing. It's made up of only for the mask as well as the apron, gown. So these are the material only. And then he made the brick. So this brick is mainly used for the construction purpose also. Okay. So the thing is, my conclusion is the waste is not waste until we are waste. So we can convert any type of product. So in our day-to-day life as well as for the even for the biomedical field also, we are using for the more amount of plastic material. Okay. So we got save our environment. So there are thing is first apart from that the biomedical waste different color code, we got to segregate the waste into different food. It may be a paper, glass, as well as metal, as well as plastic. So likewise in our working area as well as in the institution or maybe in your home, we are segregating the different types of waste material so that we can reuse. For example, we discussed about what are the alternate method. We can lay the road also. So because of shortage of plastic bag and plastic material, we are not able to lay the roads, plastic roads. And because of that, we are not able to convert the fuel. And because of that, we are not able to go for the paper flag. So the thing is, we can segregate the plastics and then paper, glass, and metal separately in the bin means easily we can convert. For example, in our campus also, we got keep that different color. For example, for the paper, glass, metal, and then plastics, as well as in addition you could put for the biomedical. One more put a red color and put for biohazard. For it may be considered as all the mask and all the gloves and all we can put it. So we can practice like that means surely for next generation people also they can able to start that segregating, first of all segregating the plastic waste. The thing first one, first of all how to plastic waste as well as paper as well as metal glass, how first we can segregate first of all, then only what are the method we can reuse, whether it can be a reuse and second quality as third quality of product we are producing, or we can go for the any type of burning material we are using. So the thing is from that source, from the source we can segregate. For example, nowadays what happens means in the solid waste management, plenty of waste. For example, it can combination of the compost, the combination of paper, glass, and metal, and the plastic and food material, and then for even for biomedical, hospital waste also for in our home, mask, everything is we put it in the same dustbin. So the problem they are not able to use that material, waste material. For example, the thing is one man he did that from the mask, he did for the construction material, the brick he made. So, for example, for the terms of paver block. Okay. Similarly, for the paper also, we are not able for the recycle. So, we can recycle the plastic and paper. I mean, that also we can avoid the cutting of tree also. Similar for the metal. Metal, we can put in the high temperature, we can melt it. Similar for the glass also. So, glass also one of the broken glass also one of the raw material. So, the thing is, we can first of all we can advise as well as we can start to segregate the plastic waste as well as the metal waste as well as paper and glass, and then easily we can save our environment. So we can use the plastic and then we can save our forest, as well as we can reuse our plastic, we can save our environment. So this is a method to play we can go for the green as well as the clean environment of India. Thank you so much. Any doubt?
Thank you, sir. A heartfelt, a heartfelt thanks for your valuable presentation on. Hello.
Yeah,
A heartfelt thanks for
thank you.
your valuable presentation on environmental sustainability and research ethics, sir.
Thank
It
you.
is
Thank you.
it really enriched our students' knowledge. Especially thank for your great support in the last minute of operation. Thank you so much, sir. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Okay, students, kindly fill back the feedback link in the chat form.